Hey everybody, thanks for watching my video. My name is Russell the Vitality Guy, and today we're going to be foam rolling our glutes. Foam rolling our glutes is really important when we sit. Again, we probably talked about this in other videos. You shorten those muscles and you just weaken those joints, and when you do that, you'll have muscle imbalances, and sometimes these knots or trigger points will appear either if you're too sedentary or too active. So it's probably going to be you're probably going to have it if you ever do get on one of these foam rollers, and they're probably in your body. They're definitely in your body. They may not be active, but what we found is a lot of the times the lower back pain and some of the pain that you feel in your body is actually coming from another part of your body. It's called referred pain patterns. And I had thought for years that I had low back pain. I got an MRI, it showed all these herniated discs and spondylolisthesis, all these medical terms that can't be good. But actually it wasn't the back at all. It was my hips that were the right hip was weak, and it was causing my hips to tilt forward, which was putting pressure on my low back, made me feel like my back was hurt when it was actually my hips. So we're going to start on the foam roller. I moved to the TB12 one because it's not as big. So I like to start with my right hip, and then if you can, I bring my right ankle underneath my left foot to start, and then I just go down just over the glute med. I don't go all the way through the whole glute. This is just for the top of the glutes. And then I just kind of look around. I just kind of feel around for a spot. There should be 3 along the top of here. Typically there's one here. Generally there's one here. Oh, there's a kitty coming into the fray there. And then one here. So these 3 spots can all be kind of a problem. So I usually have tension in here every day. So I just go through here and just make sure that I get all 3 of those points to get the glute meds. And then we'll go to the other side on the left. And again, we're just doing the top of the glute. This is the glute med here, gluteus medius. The gluteus maximus is down in this part. So on the left, we're just going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold this foot under and hold it with my right hand. And then those same 3 spots. Typically one leg will be tighter. I'm sure I've said this before. One leg will be tighter than the other. We overcompensate, and our muscles are technically not symmetrical. We're going to have, overcompensation for one side or the other, most likely. So you just want to keep that in mind. If you have more tension on one side or the other, it's not a problem. You just want to try to spend a little bit more time on it. So I'm going to go through here and really get into that one. That one's really bad right there. Foam rolling it's not comfortable at first. There's no real other way around it. You're feeling these points in your body that they hurt when you hit them. I mean, it's a knot in your muscle, so or a taut band of muscle, so it can lead to inflammation. So it's good to get these pressed on, because it will send nutrients and blood flow, which will then release the knot and kind of dissipate back into the fray of it. So now I've done that, I'm gonna go hit this one without my legs crossed. And there's just one right there that I feel that's not really getting it. So yeah, and you'll feel them in all different directions. There are a lot of trigger point areas in the glutes and in the back. So you'll see there's one here. And so there's one in the piriformis, which is in the middle of the glute here. And to get that one, I go above, like a figure 4 stretch, and then you can hit that in the middle of the glute there. And that one is going to be tender most likely. It's just a spot that a lot of people have piriformis syndrome, which is I guess the nerve, it gets trapped and it causes pain. Sciatic pain is a big part of that, is that nerve gets irritated and shoots pain down the leg. So you can, I've gotten much better with my pain. Again, it's not eliminated, but it's much more tolerable once you start foam rolling and relieving this tension. I usually do this before and after every single workout that I do. So most days. So we're going to move over to the right here. Again, I'm putting, for the piriformis, I'm putting that foot above the knee. For the glute med, it's below. So, and again, it's just like a figure 4 stretch. You got to get in there, and sometimes you'll actually feel it bump when you get a knot. You're like, what was that? But it's just these knots that come in our body. Some people have it worse than others. I know it's a big deal for myofascial pain syndrome, the syndrome I have. And they really don't know what causes it. I mean, they don't know what to do about it, I guess. They know what causes it. It's overuse, underuse, not enough use, poor posture, overcompensation. It's just, there's 9 million things. It's funny because it's like, hey, you either used it too much or you didn't use it enough. It's like, okay, well, there's no answer there. So yeah, that's the middle part of the glute. Now, to get into the rest of the glute, I just sit on it normally here, and we'll just go back and forth. And there's a lot, it's just everywhere in these glutes. There's two or three down here, right there, and then there's a couple in the middle on each side of the SI joint back here. So you're gonna have a lot of tension in there, probably from sitting, driving, doing all the things that we do. We just don't, our bodies just, as adults, they just don't use that muscle as much, and we lose that ability, which changes our posture, which changes our central nervous system, which then leads to the pain. So the last one I do is I go across here and just try to hit it at every angle. I go all the way out, all the way across to the other glute, all the way back. And sometimes you can lean back and get some of these back here and back there. And we'll just finish up right here. And that just does so much, that just feels so much better. I just get all that tension out. Oh, yeah, so the glutes are always a real tough one. There's gonna be a lot of little spots in there. Just remember, if you do hit one, I was fortunate I didn't have anything too bad today. But if you do hit something that's bothersome, just remember to stay on that point the best you can. Try to follow it, because you should be able to feel it. And just try to follow it and stay on top of it. You can usually pin it for 20 to 30 seconds. You'll just feel it kind of just start to give way, and that's what you want. And trust that it will probably be there tomorrow. Anyway, that's the glutes. Guys, thanks for watching my video today. I appreciate it. Until next time, be happy, be kind, help others, and do your best. I'm talking to you. Thanks. Have a great day.